Coming up on Mountain News this morning, gas stations are working to prevent child heat deaths in the Commonwealth. And funding is coming to Beattyville to help in multiple areas.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. We are coming up on 6:30 on Tuesday, April 23rd. Now let's check in with meteorologist Tim Drawbridge for a look at your forecast this morning.
And we're scooting and booting real quick. 2/3 of the month already gone. Hard to believe. Up a couple of more or a couple degrees now in the last 20 minutes. 39 previously, now 41. And it's going to be a beautiful sunrise out to our east here in Hazard. Don't forget the frost advisory remains in effect until 9 a.m. for all of eastern and southern Kentucky. And only some of us right now are close to freezing. That would be over toward Jonesville, Clintwood, and Grundy in the lower 30s your way. It is 44 at Jackson and 36 at Irvin, 38 you make way toward the London Corbin Airport. Waves of clouds continue to track in from the northwest, and yes, indeed, we look beyond that. We do find showers across northern Missouri, tracking into Illinois and portions of Indiana. And those are the showers we'll deal with as we head through tonight. And in the meantime, for today, sunny to partly cloudy and a forecast high in Hazard up to 73. More about the First Alert 7-day forecast. We'll call it more sun than showers. That's all coming up in a few moments. Olivia?
All right, Tim, thank you. Kentucky's gas stations will soon have small reminders to not leave children or pets in hot cars this summer. It's all a part of the process to verify gasoline and diesel pumps are working properly. WYMT's Phil Pendleton has more on the awareness tool being added.
Stickers are placed on gasoline pumps that pass an inspection.
We inspect the quantity and quality of gasoline and other motor fuels across the state of Kentucky.
Jonathan Schell says some other states have added a simple message to the stickers, and Kentucky is joining that effort this year.
To bring awareness to an issue of leaving children and pets in hot vehicles across the state of Kentucky.
National figures show 29 children died of vehicular heat stroke last year. It's happened in Lexington also.
In this case, that's probably a good thing that I don't remember the last time that happened.
Nobody wants to believe that we would be so distracted that we would leave a child or a pet in a car, but it happens every year.
A lot of these cases happen when you're simply out of your routine and you're doing things that you normally wouldn't do. So police and firefighters say the important thing is put something important in the back seat, because in those moments you will likely walk all the way around and then you will get into the back of your car and you will grab the important item and the child that may be back there. Lexington fire officials say the temperatures inside a car can be substantially more than the temperatures outside.
It's easy to say, turn around and check, but more often than not, we're not going to forget our purse because it's muscle memory.
If this saves one child's life, it's worth all the effort that they're putting into this new campaign.
In Lexington, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
Inspections of gas pumps at Kentucky stations will take place between now and November. We now know the name of the person who died in a crash in Laurel County yesterday. The Sheriff's Department identified him as 31-year-old Jonathan Wyatt of Barberville. The Laurel County Sheriff's Office says the motorcyclist was involved in a 3-vehicle crash on Kentucky 229. The road was shut down for several hours but has since reopened. No other injuries were reported. In Pike County, one person is dead after a side-by-side crash. Kentucky State Police received a call about the incident late Saturday evening. It happened on State Highway 1056 in the McCarr community. During the initial investigation, Dalton Mounts of Freeburn was driving the Polaris Razor when it went off the roadway and turned over. Michael Sinsel of Freeburn was the passenger in the side-by-side. He was pronounced dead by the Pike County Coroner's Office. A fire broke out in an old truck stop off exit 29 near I-75 in Laurel County Monday afternoon. Deputies say they believe homeless people were staying in the abandoned building. and all but one of those people have been accounted for. The flames were so intense that several different fire departments were called out to battle the blaze. One firefighter was taken to UK Hospital to be treated for non-life-threatening injuries. The cause of the fire is not known. Powell County leaders say they're making progress to repair the county's storm sirens. The county had issues following storms earlier this month. The Clay City Fire Department says some troubleshooting helped repair the siren at the department. They replaced a bad radio that is used to activate the siren. The judge executive says the county received Estill County's old sirens to use, but without securing grant funding, they cannot cover repair or replacement cost. The Monticello Police Department is asking for help finding a moped that was reportedly stolen. Take a look at your screen. Police say the moped was stolen sometime after 10 p.m. Sunday night in front of building number 8 at the Mason Green Apartments in Monticello. If you have any information about the case, you can contact the police department's crime tip line at 606-688-7676. April is Fair Housing Month, and some people in Lexington say that is all they are asking for.
It's been so hard. I've been homeless because of my wife getting killed, and I can't find no help. Nobody seems to want to help. Everybody goes past like I'm a drug addict.
The Catholic Action Center hosted a rally yesterday to stand behind those who are unhoused as they prepare for the Safer Kentucky Act to go into effect. It will make camping in public places a violation on first offense and a misdemeanor on the second.
You know, God blesses us in different ways. If He's blessed you abundantly, come on, face the fact, you're not going to take it with you when you go.
That law will go into effect in less than 90 days. Several Lexington City Council members were at Monday's event and are against the measure. A similar rally also took place in Madison County. More than 3 years after a devastating flood, state and local officials announced funding for projects in Beattyville. For starters, more than $2.2 million is going towards infrastructure and water projects in Beattyville, as well as more than $1.7 million that will rehabilitate 3 water tanks impacted by flooding in 2021. Lieutenant Governor Jacqueline Coleman says this could not be possible without all of the hard work by multiple entities coming together.
Success of this magnitude doesn't happen overnight, and it doesn't happen in a vacuum. So everybody from Congressman Rogers and his office to Representative Truitt was here today from the General Assembly, to the governor's office and our cabinet, who have worked really hard with local officials leading the way.
Nearly $500,000 will be used to help fix a facility once used as City Hall, a jail and fire station that contained asbestos, lead-based paint, extensive mold, and petroleum, ensuring it can be used in the future. The University of Pikeville is continuing its efforts to enter a new era of athletics, moving mountains for a new plan to plant its teams in one place. WYMT's Buddy Forbes has an update on Bear Mountain.
It's going to be a project that serves the whole community.
The University of Pikeville is paving the road to a new chapter of athletics.
Roughly 60% of our students are student athletes, and so we need a place for them to compete that they can call home.
Bear Mountain is bringing the university's outdoor teams to the same field on a mountainside near Cedar Creek and Bob Amos Drive.
You know, phase 1 of the project is the football facility, and so we're committed to getting that moving as quickly as possible. It's purely dependent on fundraising, and we're actively involved in raising money to get that project running.
Partnering with the city of Pikeville to bring in more than $8 million in funding from the state during the next 2 years to help lay the foundation for what is being estimated as a $50 million project.
Approximately 3 months ago, I had an opportunity to go and present to the City Commission, and I asked them if they would be willing to help us sponsor some legislation that would help us get the road up to Bear Mountain. They were very willing to do that.
UPike President Dr. Burton Webb says the partnership plan and progress is not only beneficial for the athletes, but the entire area.
If all of us can work together as great partners, we can bring things into Eastern Kentucky that might not otherwise be here.
And while the exact look and time frame of the project is still fluid,
it's moving as quickly as we can move it, but they're very excited about getting up on the mountain and being able to do things there. In fact, some teams are already up there.
the Bears are excited to be on solid ground. In Pikeville, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Dr. Webb says the city has been a great partner, allowing the teams with no home field to borrow their spaces. But it was time to make a permanent place, which could boost recruitment and help the region.
And a good Tuesday to you. Temperature-wise, not too bad. It's cool in some spots. Low and mid-30s from Manchester to Jonesville out toward Clintwood. 44, though, as you make your way into Jackson. 43 at Moorhead, 43 your way at Pikeville. All right, satellite radar composite showing the waves of clouds moving in from the northwest over the last few hours. And beyond that, we find showers well out to the northwest, out toward portions of Illinois, northern Missouri, Iowa, Nebraska. That's your geography lesson real quick for today. But as you check out the travel forecast, we're going to end up enjoying a beautiful day before those showers arrive. Sunny to partly cloudy as we head for the morning into the drive home this afternoon. A high-end hazard to 73. The First Alert 7-day forecast has the showers, but we're back to the sunshine. We'll time that all out for you coming up in just a few moments. Olivia?
Thanks, Tim, and thank you for joining us. The time is now 6:40. Still to come on Mountain News this morning. Campus protests expand overnight with demonstrations coast to coast as pro-Palestinian students rally for a cause.